Today, we're meeting the big kid on the playground, the dollar. Dollar is the candy everyone knows, everyone wants, and everyone trades with. Emma. The big kid? Does that mean the dollar is stronger than all the other candies? Not always stronger, Emma, but very popular. The dollar candy is used by many traders all around the world. It's like the main playground leader everyone listens to. Why does everyone like the dollar candy so much? Great question, Thabo. It's because the United States is one of the biggest candy makers in the world. People buy and sell so many things using dollar candies. Oil, gold, food, cars. Almost everything. So the dollar became the candy that everyone understands and trusts. So it's like the dollar is the class captain and the other candies follow what it does.
Perfect, Aiko!
When the dollar goes up, the playground gets excited. When the dollar goes down, everyone starts watching closely. That's why we call it the big kid on the playground. It plays with almost every candy pair. So in Forex, do we always see the dollar candy? Almost always. Most candy pairs have the dollar in them, like USD, GBP, USD, JPY, USD, ZAR. See? The big kid is everywhere. So remember, the dollar is the most traded candy in the world. It's used by traders everywhere. When it moves, other candies move too. In our next lesson, we'll find out why everyone trades with the dollar. Hello again, little candy traders. Today we're going to hear a special story about the dollar and how it became the world's reserve candy. Emma, reserve candy? Does that mean people keep it for later? Exactly, Emma. A reserve is like a secret stash, a big candy jar countries keep safe. They save lots of dollar candies inside so they can use them when they really need to trade. But why do they keep dollar candies and not their own? Great question, Thabo, because the dollar is trusted, strong, and always wanted, like the candy everyone loves at every birthday party. So if a country needs to buy oil, food, or gold, it can use its dollar candies to pay. So it's like having candy savings just in case of candy trouble. That's right, Aiko. Countries save dollar candies for emergencies, like when their own candy loses value or when trading gets tricky. Those dollar candies make them feel safe, like a cozy candy blanket. So when we say the dollar is the world's reserve currency, it means countries keep lots of it in their treasure jars. They use it to trade with other countries. It helps the world keep trading smoothly. Wow, the dollar really is the big kid, and now the candy keeper too. You're absolutely right, Thabo. The dollar candy is trusted so much, it's like the backup candy for the whole world. In our next lesson, we'll splash into something new and fun. Hello, my happy little traders. Remember our big candy pool from last time? Today, we're diving in to see the difference between a deep pool and a shallow pool. Deep pool, shallow pool, like at swimming lessons? Exactly, Emma. In the candy trading world, the pool is where people come to trade candies. If there are lots of traders splashing around, buying and selling candy, that's a deep pool. There's plenty of candy moving around. So what's a shallow pool then? A shallow pool is where not many people are trading. There's less candy to buy or sell, and it takes longer to make a good trade. So deep pool equals lots of traders, fast candy swaps. Shallow pool, few traders, slow candy swaps. Oh, so a deep pool is better because I can trade my candy faster? You got it, Aiko. In a deep pool, there's always someone ready to trade with you. But in a shallow pool, you might have to wait for someone who wants your candy. So is the dollar pool deep or shallow? Great question, Thabo. The dollar pool is super deep because everyone trades dollar candies all day and night around the world. That's why trades with dollars are fast and smooth. So remember, candy traders, deep pool equals lots of candy, easy to trade. Shallow pool equals less candy, harder to trade. The more people trade, the smoother everything flows. Hello again, little candy traders. Last time we learned about the deep pool and the shallow pool. Today, we'll discover why having more candy in the pool makes trades faster. More candy makes things faster? How does that work, teacher? Great question, Emma. Imagine a giant candy pool full of lots and lots of candies. Chocolates, lollipops, gummies, everywhere. When there's so much candy floating around, it's easy to find someone who wants to trade with you right away. So, if I want to swap my chocolate for a lollipop, there's always someone ready to say, "Let's trade." Exactly, Thabo. Because there are many traders and many candies, you don't have to wait long, you trade fast, and everyone's happy. But if the pool has only a few candies, you might wait and wait. And by the time you trade, the candy price may change. So more candy means more choices and quicker swaps. Perfect, Aiko. That's called high liquidity. It means lots of candies and quick trades. When there's low liquidity, there aren't many candies and trades become slower and trickier. So remember, my smart traders, more candy equals faster trades. Big pool, more people to trade with. Liquidity makes the candy market smooth and happy. In our next module, we're moving to something new and exciting. Welcome to Module 7, Spread, the candy gap. Our first lesson will be buyer's price versus seller's price. We'll see how the candy gap works between the one who buys and the one who sells. End of lesson 17.
Welcome back, candy traders.
Today we're entering the magical world of spreads, also known as the candy gap. Candy gap? What's that, teacher? Great question, the bow. The candy gap is the tiny space between what the buyer wants to pay and what the seller wants to receive. So the buyer and seller don't always agree? Exactly, Emma. Let's imagine this. You want to buy a lollipop for 9 candies, but the seller wants to sell it for 10 candies. That 1 candy difference is the spread, or the candy gap. So the buyer says, I'll give you 9, and the seller says, I want 10, and they meet in the middle. That's right. The market helps match buyers and sellers until the trade happens. The candy gap shows how busy or calm the market is.
Aiko. Oh!
So when there are many traders, the gap is tiny because everyone's ready to trade. Exactly, Aiko. A small candy gap means high liquidity, just like our big candy pool earlier. But when fewer people are trading, the candy gap becomes wider. That's low liquidity. So remember, buyer's price equals what someone wants to pay, the bid. Seller's price equals what someone wants to receive, the ask. The gap between them equals the spread, our candy gap.
Welcome back,
my clever candy traders. Today we're going to meet someone very important on the candy playground, someone who keeps the tiny candy gap. The candy gap? You mean the little space between the buyer's price and the seller's price? Yes, Thabo, that tiny gap. Now the question is, who keeps that little bit of candy? Is it the buyer? Nope. Aiko, is it the seller? Not them either. Then who takes the candy?
Cobus!
I'm glad you asked. It's someone called the broker. The broker, like the candy helper person? Exactly. The broker is like the friendly candy shopkeeper who stands between buyers and sellers on the playground. They help you trade candy quickly, but they keep that tiny candy gap as their reward for helping. Emma, so if the buyer wants to pay 9 and the seller wants 10, the broker keeps the little difference? Yes, Emma. That 1 candy gap goes to the broker for making the trade smooth and safe. That tiny candy is called the spread, and it's how brokers make their money.
Oh!
So the broker isn't being naughty, they're just earning their candy for helping us trade. Exactly, Aiko. The broker keeps the candy gap, and in return, you get fast, easy trading. So the broker is like, thanks for coming to my candy shop. I'll just take this teeny tiny piece. Perfect, Cobus. A teeny tiny piece, but that's how they stay in business. So remember, candy traders, broker equals the candy helper. Spread, the tiny bit they keep. They help us trade safely and quickly.
All right, class.
Today we're starting a new module. On the playground of Forex, a broker is like the shopkeeper who helps you trade candy. They don't force you to buy or sell. They simply give you access to the playground. So the broker is like the person who opens the gate for us.
Exactly, Thabo.
The broker gives you access to the Forex market. Without them, you can't trade. Choose trades for us? Nope, you choose your own trades. The broker just provides the platform and tools. Do they keep our money? They keep it safe in your trading account, but they must follow strict rules. They can't just take it. So, what do they actually do besides holding our money? Good question, Cobus. Brokers connect your buy and sell orders to the big market. They make sure your trades go through smoothly, like a cashier handing over candy quickly and correctly. So the broker is the link between us and the market. Perfect, that's exactly it. And next lesson we learn how they get paid, right? Correct. Next lesson, how brokers earn. Welcome back, everyone. Last time we learned what brokers do. Now let's answer the big question. How do brokers earn money? Thabo, do they take a big chunk of our candy? No, Thabo. It's actually very small. Brokers earn mainly from the spread, that tiny gap between the buyer's price and the seller's price. Oh, like when the shopkeeper keeps the small difference? Exactly. If buyers want candy at 10 and sellers offer at 9, the broker might show you 10 and 9.8, keeping a tiny piece in the middle. So they aren't taking extra from us secretly? No secrets. It's built into the price you see on the chart. What about commissions? My cousin said some brokers charge those. Great point, Cobus. Some brokers charge a small commission per trade instead of adding extra spread. Spread-only brokers earn from the gap. Commission brokers give you tighter spreads but charge a small fee per trade. So, either way, the broker earns a tiny amount each time we trade.
Correct.
And that tiny earning is how they keep the playground running for millions of traders. Okay, that makes sense. Broker earns a small fee, we get access to the market. Perfect summary. Next, we start a brand new module, Profit and Loss, Candy Counting. Ready for Module 9, Lesson 1? Module 9, Profit and Loss, Candy Counting. Lesson 1, Gaining and Losing Candy. Welcome to Module 9. Today we learn the most important idea in trading. You can gain candy and you can lose candy. So it's not always winning? That's right, Thabo. Every trade has two possible outcomes. You gain candy, profit, or you lose candy. But how do we gain or lose candy exactly? If you buy a candy at one price and later sell it at a higher price, you gain candy. If you buy it and later sell at a lower price, you lose candy. And what if we sell first? Great question. If you sell first and later buy at a lower price, you gain candy. If the price goes higher instead, you lose candy. So no matter what, it's all about the change in price? Exactly, Cobus. The market moves up and down all day. Your profit or loss comes from which direction you picked and if the price agreed with your choice. So even a tiny move can make a difference? Yes, even small moves matter when trading because every movement changes your candy count. Okay, I get it. Gain if the price moves your way, lose if it moves the other way. Perfect. Next lesson. We'll learn how traders keep score of their wins and losses so they don't trade blindly. All right, class, now that we know trades can win or lose candy, let's learn how traders keep score. Like, writing it down? Exactly, Thabo. Every trader keeps a record, wins, losses, how much candy changed and what they learned. Why do we need to keep track? So we can see what we're doing right and what we need to fix. Without keeping score, you're just guessing. So even losing trades help us? Absolutely, Aiko. A losing trade can teach you more than a winning one. It shows you what to avoid next time. Do real traders write down every trade?
Yes, Cobus.
Successful traders keep a trade journal, like a candy scoreboard. It helps them see patterns in their decisions. So if I keep score, I get better? Exactly. Keeping score makes you wiser, calmer, and more prepared. Trading without tracking is like playing a game with no scoreboard. You'll never know how you're really doing. Okay, I'll keep track of every win and loss. Perfect, because next we're entering a very important module, Trading Emotions, how your feelings can make you gain or lose candy. Module 10, Trading Emotions. Lesson 1, Patience. Class, today we play a special game, the Patience game, because trading is not just about candy, it's about feelings too. Feelings? Like being excited? Exactly. And sometimes impatient. When traders rush, they make silly mistakes. What do we do in the patience game? You wait for the right moment to trade, not too early, not too late, just right. But waiting is hard. That's the point, Aiko. Patience keeps your candy safe. Jumping in too fast can make your candy disappear. So patience is like guarding your candy? Perfect, Cobus. When you're patient, you think clearly. You choose smart trades instead of random ones. What if I get bored? Every trader gets bored sometimes, but the best traders wait calmly like lions watching their prey. So patience helps us win more candy? Yes, Emma, patience is a trader's superpower. I want to learn how to stay calm. Great, because next we'll learn what to do when things don't go your way.
Huh?
Class, today is our very last preschool lesson, and it's an important one, dealing with loss. Sometimes in trading we lose candy, and that's okay. Okay? Even when it feels bad? Yes, Thabo, losing candy can feel sad, but it happens to every trader. What matters is how we handle it. So, what do we do when we lose? We breathe, we stay calm, we remember the lesson, and we try again next time, smarter and stronger. So losing isn't the end? No, Aiko, loss is a teacher. It shows us what to fix and helps us grow. Like when I fall off my bike, I get back on. Exactly, Cobus. A loss is just a wobble. Before we say goodbye, let's remember everything we learned together. We learned how trading is like swapping toys with friends, why people trade in the first place, how to agree on fair value, that the world is one big playground trading candy money, why currencies move when everyone wants the same candy, the big candy shop that runs 24 hours. Each country's candy, dollars, euros, rands, their symbols and short names, strong candy and weak candy, how two candies together make a pair, base candy and quote candy, why one goes up when the other goes down, the dollar, the big kid on the playground, why everyone trades with him, the reserve currency story, liquidity, deep pool versus shallow pool, why more candy makes faster trades, the spread, buyer versus seller price, who keeps the tiny gap, the broker, how brokers earn, counting wins and losses, keeping score, patience, and today, how to handle loss with a brave heart.
Wow.
We learned so much. Yes, Emma, and now, little traders, your preschool journey is complete.
Warm goodbye.
I am so proud of each one of you. Thabo, Emma, Aiko, Cobus, and everyone watching. You learned, you listened, you grew. This is not goodbye forever. Next time we meet, you'll be in primary school trading where the lessons get even cooler. Until then, take care of your candy, be patient, and remember, every great trader once started in preschool.
Bye, teacher. See you in primary
school.
Goodbye, little traders.
Goodbye,
You did
everyone.
wonderfully.
We had so much fun learning with you today. Remember to keep exploring and discovering new things every day.